We have our colleague Vishal joining us. Vishal, India has consistently rejected China's renaming of places in Arunachal Pradesh, asserting that the state is an integral part of India and that such actions by Pakistan do not really alter reality. In fact, really in the past, what has really been done is that India decided that they will rename places in Tibet in order to kind of, address this issue.
Well, this has always been a contentious matter as far as India and China are concerned. India has almost every time rejected this bid by the Chinese administration to rename these places. Almost every year, at least twice or thrice, Chinese administration comes up with these maneuvers to rename places. Last year, about 30 odd places were renamed by the Chinese administration. India had rejected that bid even then and keeps doing so. And this is a futile gesture from the Chinese administration because the people living inside Arunachal, they are very much a part of India. That territory is part of India. So this renaming exercise has not yielded any results for the Chinese administration. It's been rejected each time, as we've been talking about. Last year, as I mentioned, more than 24 places were renamed by the Chinese administration, and this tit for tat, this back and forth has been happening for the last 5 to 10 years or so, repeatedly, and this comes amid the backdrop of some sense of normalcy has been restored between India and China as far as these border areas were concerned. A lot of militarization occurred in some of these areas. So renaming of these places could be another tactic to rile up India so that there could be some strong response, and India has indeed responded strongly and rejected these places.
Have there been any sort of changes or reinforcements in security measures along the border areas following this China's renaming actions? Of course, this has happened multiple times. This is a long-standing dispute. But any sort of changes in terms of security measures along the border following the renaming actions?
Well, it's too early to comment on that. So far, we have not seen any reports or any briefs from the Indian side that there are some movements on the Chinese side where there have been some incursions or some places where they have reinforced their military personnel. So far, no reports around that. This doesn't seem to be an escalation. This is rather something that the Chinese side has been doing frequently every year for at least 3-4 times. And this futile gesture, as I mentioned, has been rejected each time by the Indian side. So this is what has been happening.